Hey, what's going on, everybody? PDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the Phoenix Suns take the victory 129-109 against the Dallas Mavericks in the second game of the semifinals in the Western Conference. And, Phoenix holds home court. They took care of business at home. Obviously, this basketball game has a lot of specifics that you want to talk about, a lot of things to overreact to or react to properly. But at the end of the day, when you look at things for what they actually are in the grand scheme of basketball sense, they just took care of home court. That's really all it is. But if you want to zoom in and look at what just happened, you should be very scared if you're a Dallas Maverick fan. They just got just manhandled, bum rushed. What would be the right way of putting it? I had a word in mind, but it basically they got jumped. They had everything going well through three quarters. Heck, through a portion of the fourth quarter too. Things were pretty much manageable up until about that 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter, and that was due to a lot of foul trouble. Honestly, I think the dynamic that took place here was the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks both were in foul trouble early in this game. It was a lot of flopping, as I told you guys, at halftime. And what that ended up doing was keeping the bigs off of the floor, which gave for a different dynamic because it put Biombo in the game in that same stretch of time during all this is going on around the 8-minute mark. He came in, and Devin Booker, who had been in foul trouble, also came in with fresh legs. What that did was give them a interior paint presence that made it just as difficult to drive and cut into. What you would have is situations where a guy like Jalen Brunson would get into the paint and then run into Biombo and realize that he can't lay the ball up or get anything going, and he would just try to reset it. And it was just a lot of that kind of stuff going on. The defense of the Phoenix Suns really was a catalyst for their success, and that foul trouble just ultimately put them in a position to have fresh legs when they when they could just come in and just take over the game at the end. Basically, Devin Booker came in, shot 3 straight cold-blooded signature 3-point shots, pretty much from the same spot in that fourth quarter. He just kept ringing them off, and the defense just kept getting stops. Biombo and those guys, I mean, you just got to give credit to everybody on that Phoenix Suns team. They weathered the foul trouble storm well, and their two superstars just brought it home. Chris Paul was amazing. What Chris Paul did tonight in that fourth quarter, leading up to Devin Booker's onslaught, and throughout the onslaught on both sides of the floor, is just legendary stuff. Chris Paul is playing some of the best basketball I've ever seen him play. He's healthy in a time where he really, really needs to be. And he's had so many situations where injuries have robbed him of his best basketball, robbed him of championship opportunities. Obviously, the Lakers situation, we all remember how that went. He's just had a lot of bad breaks in this league, and he sees an opportunity to get back to the finals after a heartbreaking loss to the great Giannis Antetokounmpo last year. His team is even better this year now, and he gets it. He understands the moment he's in. He understands the opportunity in front of him, and he's living in that moment, and he's using all of his talent and everything he's brought along the way to help him for what it is he's involved in. And I think destiny is meeting him right now. I truly do. I don't think the Phoenix Suns are the best team in the league, but what I'm seeing tonight, what I saw tonight, was a team that's probably going to win the championship. I don't think, and I'm saying this with understanding that there are a lot of stipulations going into situations that have to, play itself out. But what I'm looking at is, I look at all the teams in the Eastern Conference, and the one problem that I see consistent with all those teams in the East is that they have scoring droughts, real life scoring droughts. All of them, the Heat, the Celtics, and the Bucks, all the most important teams, they go on these stretches where they can't score. If Phoenix is capable of this, they're all in trouble. And then I look at teams like Memphis. Memphis has their hands full with Golden State. I'm not sure they're getting out of that series. Even if they were to, I don't think they're better than the Phoenix Suns. Golden State, I do believe, is a better team than the Phoenix Suns. But looking at how they handled things tonight, coupled with the injuries that the Golden State Warriors have now taken, given the fact that GP2 is now gone, I don't know that they can beat the Phoenix Suns without a full, healthy roster. Now you got players being plucked out of that roster. Now you got guys going to be leaned on to do more defensively against the Phoenix Suns team. I think the GP2 injury really is that substantial to that Golden State team. And now I'm looking at Phoenix. I'm saying the path is theirs. You look at all the teams that they have to deal with, they're just as good defensively as any team in the Eastern Conference. I mean, obviously, I look at the Boston Celtics as the best defensive team in the league, but Phoenix is probably second. And then one of the things that I was looking at in Phoenix that made me concerned about them in the first series is the fact that they couldn't throw a rock in the ocean from behind the arc. Well, tonight, they shot over 50% from behind the arc. So they're pretty much unguardable when you get to a point where not only can they drop the 122 on you, but they can legitimately hold you under 100 points in the same game. I don't think there's another team in this league that can do that. I don't. The Boston Celtics are the team I would say that could do that, but again, the scoring droughts. You just can't count on them to put up the points consistently. And I think the Phoenix Suns, with the way that they've been shooting, it's obvious they can. They shot 65% from the field tonight. That's a franchise high for playoffs. And it's getting to a point where it's like this is not just a one-day thing. They're shooting over 50% in the paint every night. So now that they're getting their three-point shooting together, where's the hole in their situation? You saw their two bigs get in foul trouble. JaVale McGee and Ayton was in foul trouble the majority of the game. They still had rim protection out there with Biyombo, who's more than capable of tracking around players that are smaller than him just because he has fresh legs, because he ain't really had to do nothing for the last couple months. I mean, this is a situation where you look at the depth of this team and realize they just keep coming. Had a guy by the name of Rainwright came in the game, stepped into a corner three, looked so confident. I'm like, who is this guy? He stepped into that three. He could probably hit 3 or 4 more of them. I mean, you just get to a point and you realize Phoenix has had the best record in the league all season long for a reason. Simple as that. It's because they know what they're doing. And like I said earlier in regards to the Phoenix Suns, when the games are close, they win them. When the games are blowout, they probably were the ones blowing you out. I mean, it is what it is. It's why they have so many wins. It's why they are the team that I think is now favorited to come out of the Western Conference. I really believe this. And the Dallas Mavericks, I didn't see anything tonight that surprised me. I thought I saw good effort from the Dallas Mavericks, to be honest with you. I thought they played a pretty solid game. Dirk. I'm so used to seeing Dirk in that uniform. I'm seeing him in my head as I'm thinking about Luka. But Luka was magical. He did what he was supposed to do. He didn't disappoint at all. He was a fantastic. It was a fantastic performance from him as usual. But it just gets to a point where it's like it's one of him, it's two of them. That's basically what it really comes down to. Because Devin Booker and Chris Paul are both coming at him with greatness. You know what I mean? Close out, long distance, interior play, smarts, all that. I mean, it's like you're dealing with 2 versus 1 basically, and then you got the understanding that Ayton makes it even more so impossible. I look at Dwight Powell. I saw his situation tonight. He didn't really contribute very much. I think he got in foul trouble. They didn't play Boban. They didn't. You know what I mean? They don't have centers that they trust, or that they can go out there and throw at him. So what can they do? Dorian Finney-Smith was a no-show tonight. I don't know what happened there. I look at him as one of the best players on this team. So I think Jason Kidd is missing an opportunity by not featuring him. I like Maxi Kleber. I like Davis Bertans. But, I mean, let's be real. Dorian plays better defense, and he's shooting above 40%. So there's really no excuse for not featuring him just as much as you feature them. He does more for you, and no drop-off in the shooting. So I don't understand it. I think it's a mistake. But that's not the only thing that's going wrong. You need efficiency from your guards. There's a theme going on in the Western Conference with the teams that wear blue. I know. You're going to hear what I got to say right here. The Memphis Grizzlies and the Dallas Mavericks have very, very, very good guards that they rely upon all year long. And those guys are not having good series right now in the second round. If you look at the Memphis guys, it's Desmond Bane and Dylan Brooks. And if you look at the Dallas side, it's Spencer Dinwiddie and Jalen Brunson. It's just not having good series. And if they were to pick themselves up just a little bit, they would really, really help their situation. They had 3 firsts tonight, but they both attempted double-digit shots. We like the attempts. but the efficiency. You guys are not a good enough rebounding team to be bricking shots like that. That's just really what it comes down to. Luka Doncic is a very efficient scorer, and you're going up against a hyper efficient offensive team. You can't have that. It's just I know that it's low hanging fruit, picking on guys who are missing shots. Either shots are going to fall or they're not. But efficiency is a real thing, and it's something that coaches have to manage. It just is what it is. So if a guy's going 3 for 12, and he's supposed to be my number two, I got to look for a hot hand at that point. I got to go somewhere else. So that's just something that I look at, and I say, coaches got to adjust out of that stuff in game. You can't wait from game to game to make adjustments like that. It'll be too late. So it just is what it is, man. The Dallas Mavericks couldn't adjust their way out of this situation. At the end of the day, they got blitzed. They got just taken over. I mean, that fourth quarter was something very special. It wasn't that they could do anything different to keep that from happening to them. They were just overrun by a team that had weapons that were activated all at once. That's what I saw. You got Chris Paul and Devin Booker, two of the best offensive talents in this game, both clicking at the same time with the same goal in mind, and that's to destroy you, Dallas. So good luck. You got 2 more games to try to figure this out, and I don't know that you will, because I don't think there's anything to figure out. You played solid defense. You drew fouls. You shot the 3-ball well. I think Dallas played very good in this series, to be honest with you, given the fact that they shot well enough. I mean, yeah, granted, we talking about those 2 players that haven't played well, but they've gotten stuff out of other guys. Reggie Bullock, got to say his name correctly since they were enunciating it properly tonight. Reggie Bullock was more so active tonight, hitting his 3. His defense was on tonight. I liked what I saw from him. Maxi Kleber, you want to see those guys get the ball and shoot it, at a more consistent clip. And that's how it goes with the Dallas Mavericks. They live and die with that 3-point shot. And tonight it just wasn't really falling like that for them as a team. So that's really it, man. That is it. I'd love to say that there was more to it than that, but they just got blitzed. There's another theme that I'm sensing in these playoffs right now. It's a Tyler Hero type of thing going on over here with the Phoenix Suns, where they'll rock you to sleep throughout 3 quarters, and then they'll just put this bench in the game, or the secret weapon in the game, and it just blow you out. The Suns and the Miami Heat both just did that to their opponents. So it is what it is, man. It reminds me of the old Spurs, and I've mentioned this in this camera before, where they do stuff like that. You think you have a close game with them, you're playing hard throughout 3 quarters. It's like 89, and in the fourth quarter, they just run the score up just like you saw tonight, 122. It's like, how did this happen? Well, it happened because they put a couple guys like in the game, like Manu Ginobili, and he did exactly what Devin Booker did, and then you just be lost, and that'd be it. And you just sit there like, but we were playing so well, we were playing so hard, and the score was so close, and we thought it was going to end well, and you end up looking at the score, and you realize you got blown out because a Hall of Famer just took you out. So, wasn't nothing you could do. You just ran into greatness. So that's what I think of this Dallas Mavericks team. They're outclassed, and I picked Phoenix to win the series in 5. I'm not too confident with my pick right now. I don't think it's even going 5 at this point, but I'll stick with that, and we'll see, man. Dallas is a very, very imposing arena. All that blue, all that, going on there. The crowd is serious about their teams in general. So I'm pretty sure they will propel them to their best self, and some of those threes will be falling in Dallas. So we'll see. But as far as I could tell, Phoenix's game does travel. Ayton is not going to be taking this game off, so that means he's going to be eating just fine. So, I don't know, man. Good luck, Luka. I'm a big fan. I know if you had all your horses, you'd be great. Pair you up with somebody like Ja Morant right now, and you could even up the score with this Phoenix team, but without a talent like that joining you, ain't no way, man. That's just that simple. Devin Booker got the equivalent of what you would need is Ja Morant and basically Giannis to join you. Because I look at Ayton, I'm saying, man, that's an imposing guy. Like, you can't just throw a regular center at him to begin with. So I don't know. Good luck, you guys. Good luck. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.